that is magnetic field due to solenoid. In solenoid, there are something you need to know before starting the derivation of the equation. Okay, the shape of solenoid, here you can see the shape of solenoid, it is the shape of solenoid. Okay, if I can draw this solenoid in this manner also. Okay, here, 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 here. This is also solenoid. The other side we are not seeing. This is side view. Okay, side view. Here, if I am considering this solenoid, you need to understand one thing. If I am considering this circle, okay, there are too many circles. This circle, one current is going in here, it will be the path of the circle, right? The current, if I am transmitting current through that, the path of the current will be in this manner, circular. If I am considering a plane here, one current is going inside and other current is coming out of the plane. If it is a plane, one current is coming inside and here that current is coming out of the plane. So we are consider a solenoid of turn density n. Here we are considering turn density. We are not considering number of turns. Turn density is the number of turns in unit length, 1 meter. 1 meter, how many turns are there? If in 1 meter 100 turns are there, then it is 100 is the turn density. Okay, if in 1 meter there are 200 turns, then 200 is the turn density. In 1 meter, what is the number of turns? That is turn density. So this is our solenoid. Okay, and the total number of turns, if I want to find the total number of turns, what I need to do? I need to multiply number density, turn density into length. If in 1 meter 100 turns are there, in 2 meter 200 turns, 100 into 2, in 3 meter 300 turns, 100 into 3, we need to multiply it with the length, then only we will get number of turns. N is the number of turns, capital letter N, and small letter n is the turn density. Okay, in the equation we are going to use turn density. Okay, now a current I is passing through the solenoid. Here a current of I is passing through the solenoid, and to find the direction of the magnetic field you need to apply right hand thumb rule. Here I will show. Here this is the direction of current. Here the red arrow, it is the direction of current. So your encircling finger should be in the direction. It is like right hand thumb rule. So encircling fingers, the 4 fingers, okay, it should be in the direction of, you need to hold the solenoid. It should be in the direction of current. Then the thumb will indicate the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of magnetic field because your fingers will be like this. You can hold it. Okay. So here the current is passing. So we are going to find the magnetic field inside the solenoid. Okay. For that we need, what we need to do? We need to consider an Amperian loop. An Amperian loop which is a rectangle. Okay. We are considering an Amperian loop, it is a rectangle. So you can draw this diagram and consider the Amperian loop rectangle. We are giving a name also PQRS. We need to find the magnetic field inside the solenoid, but we need to integrate all over the Amperian loop. To find the integral B dot dl, dl is the small portion of this Amperian loop, but we need to integrate all over the Amperian loop. So we are going to do that. So what is our equation? Equation is integral B dot dl. It is B dot dl. From here we are considering B dot dl because we need to consider the angle also. B dot dl, we are need to integrate up in PQRS. PQRS. Everywhere we need to integrate. So we are starting from S. Okay, L is the length of the solenoid. Integral S to R B dot dl, S to R, plus integral R to Q B dot dl, plus integral Q to P B dot dl, integral P to S B dot dl. So now we are going to discuss the angle. Okay, S to R, this is the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of magnetic field. If I am considering the angle between the magnetic field and dl, this is small dl. Okay, what will be the angle? This is dl, this is small dl, and this is the direction of magnetic field. Okay, this is the direction of current flow, this is the direction of magnetic field, that in that direction your thumb is pointing in that direction, then what will be the angle between dl and magnetic field? This is the direction of magnetic field. Okay, and from S to R, we are integrating from S to R. What is the angle between small length element dl, this is length element dl, and the magnetic field? What is the angle between them? It will be 0, equal to integral b dot dl cos 0. Okay, we are expanding this. B dot dl is b dl cos theta. Instead of this theta, we can write 0, b dl cos S to R. So the angle between dl and magnetic field, it is in same direction. So angle is 0 degree. Angle between dl is this one, and this is magnetic field B. So both are having same direction, then the angle is 0. So we can write B into dl cos 0. R to Q. R is here, Q is here. This is the direction R to Q. So this here we need to consider the length element dl. What will be the angle between them? 90 degree. 90 degree, because dl is in this direction, this is the direction of magnetic field, the angle is 90 degree. So it will be plus b dl cos 90 plus, here what will be the angle? Here what will be 0 or 180? It is 180. So it will be b dl cos 180 plus, here also what from S to P, P to S, what will be the angle? B dl cos 90. Now we are going to apply the we are going to give the values of cos 0 and all. Okay, what is cos 0? B dl cos 0 is 1, so it will be integral b into dl plus, what is cos 90? 0, so entire term is 0 plus, here there is one more thing, it is a circle, right? These are circle. So I am taking one circle from here, this is the circle, and here the current is coming towards you. Just imagine the current is coming towards you. So here the current will go away from you into the plane, out of the plane, because it is a circle. In circle the direction is always changing. So at the top, if the direction is towards you, at the bottom direction will be away from you, into the plane and out of the plane. Here there will be a magnetic field, here also there will be magnetic field. What will be the difference between these two magnetic field? Here the current is coming to you, it is out of the plane. Then here it is a circle, the current is into the plane. It is a circle, it has to be like that, opposite. So what will be the direction of these two magnetic field? It will be same or opposite? It will be opposite, right? So because of this upper part of the circle, there will be a magnetic field here, okay, B, and because of the lower part, that also there will be magnetic field minus B. So these two magnetic field are not equal because there is a small distance variation, but still we are considering B is approximately equal to 0. Here B is approximately equal to 0. Outside the solenoid, the magnetic field is 0, approximately 0. So what will be this term? Plus this term, this B is 0. The value of B is 0, then that will be 0. This B dl cos 90, that is also 0. So we have magnetic field along this dl only. Okay, we have magnetic field along this this SR only. It is B is a constant, we are taking it out, S to R dl. Okay, dl is a small length element. If I am integrating it, we will get the entire length, right? So it will be B into L. The first part of the derivation is over. Okay, this is the first part of the derivation, it is over. So we got BL, integral B dot dl is BL, because this value is 0, here also the value is 0, here also value is 0. Here we have a length dl. If I am integrating it, we will get the total length L, then it is BL. Now we are going to find I enclosed. The Ampere-Circuito theorem is integral B dot dl mu 0 I enclosed. So we are going to find I enclosed, current enclosed. This is the total area of the loop. This is the total area of the loop. If I am considering all the current, it is a circle, right? These are circle. One current is going in, other current is coming out. Before some time I was explaining in a solenoid, one current is going in. If I am cutting this solenoid into using a plane, one current is going in, from other side that current is coming out. That is a specialty of this circle. One current is going in minus I, other current is going up plus I, so it will be 0. But here we have considered an ambient loop. In that ambient loop, the lower part of the solenoid we are not considering. We didn't consider that lower part. We are considering only the upper part. So there is no discussion of cancellation of the current minus I and plus I, because all the current is coming up. All the current here, all the current is coming up. All the current. This is the other region which current is going down. That we are not considering. Only this upward current we are considering. So I enclosed is not going to change. I enclosed, we can write current in one turn is I. We are not considering the other side of the turn, one turn, this turn. Okay, top at the top only we are considering. Total current in the length, there are n turns, capital letter N, that is n turns. So that is equation is n into L, right? N into L. So we can write NLI. Total current in the length L is NLI. So this is the total current NLI. Now we are going to apply our Ampere circuital theorem, NLI. Okay. BL equal to mu 0 NLI. Mu 0 it is there in the equation, and I enclosed is NLI. Okay. From here L and L we can cancel. B equal to mu 0 NI. This is our equation. N is the turn density, not number of turns. N is the turn density. Okay. If we have the turn density into length, we will get total number of turns. So here I is the current passing through one turn. So total number of turns we need to find. That's why I have used NLI. Number density into length into current.